Greetings and salutations. It's been a bit of a while since I last made a video. Even I was shocked how long it was. Should I make excuses for that, or should I just move on and not explain? Well, the only thing I can reasonably say is that yes, I was busy with work. Yes, it was very time consuming. Yes, I had no kind of work-life balance, which is the truth actually, because it wasn't, a standard 9 to 5 job. Sometimes I'd be getting home quite late, and then there was a mountain of paperwork to do the next day in relation to the work that I was doing. In short, I was working with ex-offenders in a company that housed them and supported them, and I was a support officer. So I'd meet them at the house when they came either out on HDC tag, which is home detention curfew, or had been sent to the property by the courts because they were on bail. And I would have to do their inductions. Now, the HDC people would arrive at 3 o'clock, and the bail people anytime from 5 onwards. And very often a lot of people wouldn't be arriving at the house until 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it was just a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. Now that's the second I've done. It's been a while since I made a video, so make allowances for me. The honest truth of why I kind of stopped doing videos is that I didn't think anyone was really interested. And I let that kind of dissuade me from doing something that I started to enjoy doing, because I do watch other people's videos, and it was only the other night when I was watching Danny Jennings' video, and he was talking about languages and about people making videos and the type of videos that he enjoyed watching. And he said something in his video there that got me thinking that you didn't have to do anything glitzy or grand production or, bells and whistles. And it was perfectly okay to kind of sit in front of a camera and talk. And a lot of people do that. Marcus Butler do it, Alfie Days does it, and Mark Miller and one or two others, and Matthew Lush and all the rest of them. The big difference between them and me, of course, is that they're years younger than me, and so of course, they get the views. And it's not about the views for me. It's about getting a message across that hopefully someone will feel as though they've learnt something. Looking back over the videos that I've done previously, one of the most viewed ones that people learnt things from was about the papal infallibility statements, and that was quite encouraging. But then I got the job. It was only meant to have been like a 2-month contract, but because I'm good at what I do, it kind of went on and on and on, and nearly 2 years later it's come to an end. Not because they were dissatisfied with the quality of my work. It's purely a financial decision, because obviously being an agency worker, they have to pay through the nose to the agency, and I think because it was coming to the end of the financial year, they were running out of money. But all is not lost. I may be flying the support officers banner again in about a month's time, because one of my colleagues is going up north, relocating in the same contract, so there will be a vacancy that I could apply for. But while I'm got this time away from work, I am reassessing what I want to do. And one of the things that I thought about doing was perhaps becoming a freelance criminal justice specialist. But that's in the head, ticking away. I'm trying to make contacts with other people that do similar things, because I don't know if anyone is actually an independent criminal justice expert, or if they would have to go through a known company or whatever. So I'm looking into that. I'm also looking into other options that I'm following through. I've had some really positive phone calls and emails from different companies that genuinely, impressed with the quality work that I've done to date. And that's really encouraging, because when a job comes to an end, you think, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Is it the end of the road for me? And I'm the first to admit that the last time round, that's exactly what I thought. I had that kind of deep set fear, thinking, oh my God, I'm in my mid-40s, I'm never going to get a job again. And then of course I did. And then, okay, it was only meant to have been for 2 months, but then it went on and on and on. And 2 years later, here I am sitting telling you about it. So that's given me the confidence. But I think the difference is this time is that but the world of probation and the prison trusts and criminal justice in the UK as a whole has changed so dramatically, that people like me that have got the combination of different skills between the criminal justice world, the DWP world, the world of mentoring and counselling, we're highly sought after people. And I'm sure it won't be long before I'm kind of doing something in the world of employment again. But in the meantime, what am I going to do to fill my time? Well, that's why I thought I'd come back to YouTube and give it another go. Not to become like a big hitter like some of the big names, because I really couldn't, afford the time to invest too much into, making high-end videos, because I just haven't got that kind of equipment. And and because I mean, you can see in the background I've got 2 cats, and the thought of leaving them for any kind of length of time well, it's just a non-starter. I just wouldn't do it. So I couldn't go off to, if my channel ever got to the dizzy heights of having more than 2 subscribers, I couldn't go off to kind of Playlist Live or whatever like that, because it just wouldn't be practical. And I'm the kind of person that just likes to chat about different things, rant and rave maybe, and do things that interest me. And some of the conversations I've had with people in the past that have commented on various videos, and they've said, oh, you should think about doing this and think about doing that, and I have thought about those things. And I'm just going to let it be a free and easy thing and see where it goes. I mean, I still get very passionate about animal rights, and I get very upset at these dog slaughtering festivals that go around, particularly in China. I mean, the thought that 10,000 innocent dogs and cats could be slaughtered just because of some kind of bizarre festival that the Chinese do is just kind of, well, it's just so far out there on left field that it's not. I just can't compute it, and the fact that leaders of other nations are not saying anything about it horrifies me. And even Pope Francis himself, who's named after Saint Francis, that's why I chose the name, the protector of animals, he has not said a word about this mass slaughter. And I just can't understand it. So those things still kind of prick the social conscience, and I kind of hope they always will, because I know that keep me grounded in my humanity, because I couldn't hurt an animal, and I just don't like the idea of one day you're walking your dog down the street, and then the next day some arseholes nicked it out your back garden, and it's on some kind of spit roast. It just doesn't, compute with me in the way that they slaughter these animals. There's a picture on Twitter that's going around at the moment about this poor little. I think he's a cocker spaniel, and he has tape around his muscle, and it's a horrific image. and some guy's there with a blowtorch, and this dog must be going through absolute agony, and it haunts me day and night. I just can't get rid of that image out of my head. And yet, you know, the good people on Twitter are trying to do things about this and stop these meat festivals. But I just can't understand why major governments are not saying this is obscene. Why are we allowing these things to happen? This is so barbaric. You know, because any form of slaughter of any living thing is just, well, to me, it's just evil personified. But there you go. So I'm going to just let this channel flow in a kind of non-regimented way and see where it goes. Maybe one day I'll show you how to make a risotto or something, or chocolate torte or whatever. So, you know, I just keep it free and easy, and I'm not going to let the what can I say, the kind of nerves about thinking, oh God, am I wasting my time, haunt me. Even if no one watches these videos, then, you know, it'll be an indication, but I'll still have fun doing them. Now, it may be that I've sat here and said this for the last 11 minutes, and then next week I start a new job, and then I don't have time again, in which case that's fair enough. But I do have like a couple of topics I want to talk about in the future. One of them being Jaguar Land Rover and my ongoing gripe with them. But that's for another video. So in the meantime, I wish you well. I want to thank Danny Jennings for kind of making that last video of his, because that has poked me in the right direction of doing another video again. Oh yes, and I've forgotten something that I meant to say earlier. My best friend Gareth is qualified now as a naturopath and complementary therapist from the University of Westminster, no less. First class honour degrees, and he's now practising in North Wales and Chester. And he's the only naturopath in that area. So any of you guys watching this video up there who may want the services of a said practitioner, I'm going to put a link to his website below. So feel free to go and have a look. He's a really good guy. I've known him for years, and, you know, he will look after you because he's been practicing on me for the last 4 years. And since he's been doing his magic on me, I've felt generally a whole lot better, a hell of a lot more flexible, although I still can't put my foot over the back of my neck. But, you know, not that I'm ever going to try that, actually, if I'm honest. So, but have a look at his website. He's qualified in a lot of things, and it's a really good website, and he'd love to hear from you. And, you know, he'll be honest with you. Okay, so that's it for now, because I've rattled on for nearly 14 minutes. So I wish you well, and hopefully more videos will be coming. Take care now. Bye bye.